Hello traders, and welcome back to this week's market forecast. This week's market forecast is going to be covering the week of November 8th. In this video, what we hope to highlight is the news release numbers from this last week, the best technical setups that we are currently eyeing up in this week, and also the fundamental drivers for you to be aware of moving into this upcoming week. So without any further delay, let us get right into this week's video. Hello traders, welcome to this week's market forecast and welcome to the slideshow. Let us get right into it. So as we told you last week, we had NFP in this last week, which we're going to go over their numbers in a second. But for this upcoming week, there's a little bit less news starting off Monday, 10:30 a.m. EST USD news, moving into Tuesday, 8:30 a.m. USD news, 9 a.m. USD news, and 5:45 Canadian dollar news with some 11 a.m. GBP news. Wednesday, 8:30 a.m. EST again, USD news, and then coming over 7:30 AUD news, and that is it for the entire week. So not a lot of news, lots of opportunities hopefully in this upcoming week. Some that we're spotting and some we'll go over shortly in the end of this video. But first, let's cover these numbers from NFP. So the U.S. economy added 531,000 jobs in October of 2021, which is the most in 3 months and above market forecasts, which were 450. But as we've been joking for the last 3 months, they are terrible with their market forecasts. We shouldn't even expect it to be close. But that is as COVID-19 cases dropped and employers are offering higher wages and flexible hours. In other news, the Canadian employment change was 31.2 thousand, which is bad news because the forecast was 41.6, with the previous numbers coming in all the way at 171,000. So, in other news as well, Japan is considering a 35 trillion yen stimulus package. So that is very, very exciting news. We'll see what the Japanese economy can do with that if that gets passed. And we'll have to see where Canada goes with their next jobs report. Hopefully it is showing some strength. So moving into our risk sentiment, obviously mixed news again. Lots of mixed news, especially in the last couple of weeks. But we're going to keep on with our risk on market sentiment, as I've been saying for the past couple of months, because we don't have any real official switch to risk off yet. That being said, if you're new to this series and you're not aware of what risk on means, risk on market sentiment means expectations are higher for further economic growth. And that means for us currency traders, we can expect the New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar, Australian dollar, euro, and the pound to appreciate, especially as we've seen in the last couple of weeks this ring true, as well as indices globally should this risk on market sentiment continue. So now let's get into the technical analysis for this week. So starting off this week's technical analysis, we're going to be looking at Ethereum. Now we're on a 4-hour chart, but we're going to quickly jump over to the daily and show you kind of what we saw. It's funny because we have these lines drawn here, but if you actually move these lines, remember, when I draw lines, they are not an exact representation of where price will go, but merely the movements that it will go in, right? So don't look at the exact level where I'm drawing my arrows, look at the price movement. If the same movement is occurring, then the arrows are ringing true. So this was originally set right here, right? But the actual demonstration of this was right here. We broke up higher, retested it with these wicks, and are now moving higher. So this was a good analysis. We're going to look back at this next week. I expect that we may actually come back down if we find some weakness in Ethereum. We are finding weakness in a couple other cryptos at the moment. Should we find weakness in Ethereum, we'll probably come back down again to this level before moving higher. But once again, highlighting my profit targets for Ethereum around the $6,200 range all the way up to around the $7,000 range. So moving into silver, last week we called out this Fibonacci retracement zone right here that we have highlighted as the reversal zone. This is the Fibonacci retracements from this wave, this prior wave, in which we saw an ABC corrective move play out. If you're familiar with Elliott wave theory, ABC, and right now, first of all, that's fantastic news because in corrective waves, what we're looking for is that to exactly happen. ABC means the correction is done. We had our 3 moves, whether that be a zigzag or a flat. In this example is irrelevant, but just that we completed the ABC correction. Now, I'm expecting silver to move higher, come back up to this resistance fractal that we bounced off of before, and hopefully break through this time around. So we're looking back at synthetics, not going to stay on this too long, but we had this clean breakout right here, and since then a move off. If you entered on the break of this resistance line, you would be up around 7%. And obviously, we're in a retracement right now, so we'll see where this can go. But this trade is still active. I'm looking forward to seeing where synthetics can go in the coming weeks and months. My first profit target is going to be the high right here at $15.60, and then we'll see where we can go from there. Here's what I have on BTCUSD, this wedge that we formed. We already finished our ABC corrective move, which we went over last week. And also we just briefly touched on, but as you can see, we just actually broke lower from this resistance, so we'll have to see if this is the support line in play, or if maybe this is the support line in play. And for example, then we wouldn't have broken. So we need to just see, because there's a lot of wicks going on right now, we can't exactly tell which is the true and tested support, so we'll have to see. But we did break one of them, we'll see how we handle the rest. I'm still bullish on BTC, even if we break a little bit lower. I do not think we'll make a low below that 56.5 range. And I do obviously still have my profit target in play of 73,000 all the way up to 78,000. And then above that is 109,000 for my next profit target. Looking into some currency pairs, EURJPY is in our reversal zone, eyeing up just to look like silver did. And right now we're playing for a fifth wave of wave 3. So we're looking for one more move higher before we get that ABC correction we talked about earlier, which would be wave 4, carry us into wave 5 on the higher time frame. This is a lower time frame count we're looking at right now. But this is my expectation that we'll bounce in this zone. But this trade is not active until we break this resistance line. So don't take any trades yet. See what we do around this level. Maybe you can find one on a lower time frame to catch off this low and then carry us higher. But I am bullish on EURJPY. Looking at gold. So we recently, we had a different channel originally drawn for gold, but that channel was since invalidated. So we're going to look at this channel now. This is the tested and only other option really that we can see right now. And obviously, we're breaking out today, and we did break out on the 4-hour chart already. So I'm going to maintain bullish on gold. I know it's been consolidating for a while, chopping us around, but I am still bullish. Here's just a small continuation pattern I'm eyeing up on NZDJPY. If I take a trade on this pair, it will be long based on this as confluence, but it will be another entry because this is just not enough for an entry. This is just one, obviously, downward trending channel, but we have not reached the 38.2 fib retracement, and we don't have much other confluences besides this channel. So I might use this as confluence for another trading decision on a lower time frame. Maybe I spot a wedge breakout, or maybe it's a mechanical entry from my different system. Regardless, this is just one confluence you could use for NZDJPY long. Here's our last chart for the week, GBPJPY. We have this zigzag playing out, obviously, and we are now in our reversal zone. So let me just fix these around. Let's just actually delete that. That didn't look too good. But here's our reversal zone right here. And from here, I'm expecting us to go higher on GBPJPY as long as we do not break this level right here. So traders, thank you so much for watching until the end. We greatly appreciate your time. I really hope you pulled some valuable insight out of this video, and if you did, all that we ask is that you please follow us on all of our social media platforms because we're releasing new content every single day, and we're hoping to unleash some new YouTube videos very shortly. I know I've been saying that for a while. They're in the works, I promise, guys. So, as always, on behalf from Funding Talent, happy trading, and I'll see you in the next one.